Hey everybody, welcome back. Marcus Graves back again with another reaction to Death Note, this time to episode 3, Dealings. Let's get on into it. I just noticed that apple, like maybe the forbidden fruit. Oh, for a second I thought it froze on me. I gotta say that wanted prisoner, that criminal, that prisoner, damn good actor. Oh, you want me to pretend that I'm you? Possibly die? Please, okay. And of course, you would have people that would follow him and say, "Yeah, I'm Kira." Well, okay. You're getting a lot of it on the head there, bro. With very little, seemingly. He's like, motherfucker. It's the moral debate. I mean, because he's right, but is it right? If you could find out how, he either wants to find out how the information is getting, but that would make no sense because if maybe it does. Maybe that would narrow it down as well, but also maybe he's honing in on the fact that he needs to see the person. He needs to know their face. This man just sitting chilling. Ryoku. Oh, holy shit, are you serious? His dad's the chief? This bit, I'm not even sure how to describe it yet, but just how he's just like this dude in the stands watching. Could Eru find this leak? Make it specific instead of leaving a pattern. Switch it up. In this way, put the times of death during when he's in school. Ed is gonna know that though. The day after he says that it could be a student is when it switches up. Yep. Yep. Now, is this also part of Raito's plan? I wonder if he doesn't even give a fuck that if he suspects his father. Right? It's the step back to get 2 steps forward. But the relationship is tenuous at best. The police are. Step back to get 2 steps forward. I get the distinct feeling, though, that his father, well, not the distinct feeling, obviously his father's going to get caught in the crosshairs somehow. Really? Except there's no pattern for that yet. Well, except for the one. In the media stunt, exactly. Are you just staring at a random person? Seems like a young cat himself. Shinichi Kudo? My Detective Conan fans know what I'm talking about. Shinichi has more compassion than these two, though. Yeah, he's chaos indulgent. He doesn't care what happens. Tipped him off, but once again, Ryuko just wants to see what happens, so he's been getting on my nerves. I just don't like him being there. It gives them 20 years. What about a human? Yeah, okay. Really? His has been shortening. Raito's. I've been saying that his eyes been changing. Sacrifice your remaining time so you can become the god in the eyes of the people that you want to be. Is it over already? Jeez. Hey, I hope you guys are enjoying the content. If you are, please consider heading on over to my Patreon page and becoming a patron. Not only will you be helping to support me and the channel, you'll also be gaining access to exclusive content and benefits such as early access to my videos and full reactions to shows. So, if you are so inclined, please head on over to my Patreon page and become a patron. So in this episode, we're getting into the cat and mouse game that they're playing with each other, that Raito and are playing with each other. Particularly in this episode, and I'm assuming the others to maybe varying degrees, depending on how it goes down, is how far they're willing to go to find out who the other is, to get this, for their goals to be met. And on Eda's side, we haven't seen exactly yet what he's willing to do. You could say he's willing to risk his relationship with the police, but he doesn't seem to want to have a relationship with the police past something that's mutually beneficial. But which I guess is a loss if he were to lose that or jeopardize that, but one that I don't think he'd really give a shit about at the end of the day. On Raito's side, though, you have him willing to, unbeknownst to his father, use his father to gain information on how far the investigation is going on him. And also, and of course you saw the imagery, I wanted to point it out in the reaction, but I also didn't want to overstep with what was happening in the dialogue that was going on, where you have the image of Raito and Ryuko, who are on opposite ends of the frame, and a large shadow is cast from Ryuko towards Raito. Where you have the darkness, the shadow creeping, getting closer to Raito. And in this instance, especially, is the fact of this deal of, hey, I can give you the Shinigami eyes. Which, by the way, I was thinking like, oh, his eyes, I knew his eyes were changing, and that may just, I still think there's something there, but that also just may be creative license to show how the depths that he is going to, if it's not a literal, his eyes are changing. But you have this deal where his life will be shortened. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ryuko said that when they take a life, the Shinigami, when they take a life, it adds to theirs. Depending on how much longer that person had, it adds to theirs. However much longer that person had for a human, it takes away. Is it already in the midst of taking away, or when he gives him the Shinigami eyes, it will start to do so? Either way, you set up a conflict. no matter what you do, whether you want to be a god or whatever, you are going to die much quicker than you expected. And if you continue to take as many people as you're doing, much, much quicker than you expected. But how far are you willing to go to become a god? To right the wrongs of society? They are wrongs. The air quote is not because they're not wrong, but the air quotes is because of his altruism. And of course the Ryuko would want this, because no matter which way it goes, like he said, no matter which way it goes, I'm not for you, I'm not for Eru, I am for chaos. Right now, I was bored over the Shinigami world. Want to have some fun. This is fun. I think the whole thing going on with his father being a policeman, I called him the chief in the reaction. I'm not sure if he's the chief, but he's definitely, if he's not the chief, he's certainly someone of high authority. That thread seemingly has to go somewhere where maybe Eru begins to suspect Raito's father. And maybe it leads to somehow, in some way, shape, or form, happening the death of Raito's father. And how would he handle that if something like that were to occur? Would he be regretful, remorseful, in the hand that he played in it? Or, once again, would he be step back to get 2 steps forward? Moral pragmatism. Maybe. We shall see. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you're so inclined. Check out my channel for all my other content that I have on there. My short films, Assassin of the Flame and Yin and Yang, reactions, breakdowns, reviews, all that good stuff that's on there. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.